Good morning on the last day of 2024. I'm appealing to you today to please share this video. In Ontario, that is the province where Toronto is, and the Toronto area, in 2024, at least 20 people of African descent, young Black people, teens as young as 15, 16-year-old, are missing. And the media, the mainstream media, has not reported it, not once, nothing in the media. So it's up to us to share this and to find out, where are these young people? What's going on? Oh, this is just so concerning. Now, I don't know if you know that one of them was a 25-year-old young man from Jamaica, a rugby player, and he was here to play rugby, and he disappeared in October of 2024. His name is Al Pacino Minot. Many young Black people are missing, and nobody's doing anything about it, people. We've got to find out. So I'm inviting you to a Zoom meeting on January 2nd at 7 p.m., being put on by the City of Brampton, with a special guest, David Mitchell, who's going to shed some light on this situation and tell us what else we can do. There's also a petition, an online petition that I will post below when I find it. I haven't found it yet, but I will. I just found out about that. So I will post in the comments about the Zoom meeting. Please like and share this, and let's find these young people. I'll tell you some of the names and ages. There's Tejan, 16, DeAndre, 16, Samuel, 17, Adonai, 15, Anthony, 18, Kimani, 15, Brianna, 15, Selena and Shyla, 14 and 16. We're not sure if they're Black. Doesn't matter though, right? But it's important. Fatima, 18, who's Middle Eastern. Angel, age 31. Valentino, age 13. Javante, 16. Kaimani, 13. Michael, 15. Aiden, 15. Trayshawn, 15. And Malachi, 15. Malachi. Thank you. Love and respect.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is so disturbing and heartbreaking to watch. As you have seen from the first clip, a majority of the teens are going missing, and these cases are always rampant between the end of the year and the beginning of the year, especially in the Western countries, and even right now in my country, Kenya, and some of the African countries. Majority of youths are going missing, and the mainstream media is taking absolutely no action. What do you think is happening to these people? Because it's so serious. And I've heard even a name from my country being mentioned here. Kimani is named from Kenya, and majority of these people have African descent, and they are going missing. They are Black people. If they were white people, do you think the mainstream media could have been this silent? No. So if you're in Canada, please, I know this video will be so helpful, because I've seen majority of the Black people in Canada coming together so that their voices can be heard. So let's take a closer look at this.
This is my Jamaican brother. His name is Al Pacino Mignot. He's 26 years old, but sadly he's missing in Canada. And his mother, Mishanda Nesbitt, is worried, sick about her son. Now his mother is saying that he went to Canada on vacation and also to play rugby. His mother stated that he should have been returned home from last Wednesday, but he has not returned to Jamaica. His last seen location was in Queenstown, Niagara. His mother has reported that it's been 10 days since she hasn't spoken to her son, something that never happened. Hence why she is worried sick. Now, anyone with any information, contact the Niagara Regional Police Service. As you can see, there is the number you can call. And you can just share this content. You know, maybe you can reach somebody who has seen him. I'm just helping out the Jamaican brother, you know. And you can too, by maybe creating a content about the situation, or even sharing this content. It may reach somebody who has some information.
Good evening. I'm not sure if you're joining my live from Canada, but I am based in Canada, and I'm not sure wherever you're located if you've heard about the missing black teens that are a series of missing black teens within the same age group from different locations in Canada have gone missing. There is absolutely no mainstream media coverage on this issue going on right now. When I say absolutely, I mean absolutely. The Black community only became aware of these missing young Black teens because of a African based media, not from the mainstream media, of course, that broadcasted what's happening in the Black community, that there are missing Black teens from different locations in the province of Ontario. So a petition was started to get the attention of the RCMP, the police officials, even mainstream media to ask, why are our missing Black youth not a concern or worthy enough to be televised and public awareness be created? Today, I just left a town hall meeting where there was the mayor of Brampton and some Black professionals were present as well to have a town meeting. And I want to say that I saw, like, right before my eyes, I saw pure, undiluted stereotyping, stigmatization, racism at its finest. I want to say to you, the concerns that the entire Black community have were not addressed, you know? I want to say that we asked over and over of the members from the police, the mayor, why is it that missing Black teens from different sections of this province, why is it that this pattern has not hit mainstream media? I want to share with you that those concerns were blatantly ignored. I want to share with you just how the notion or the act of stigmatizing the Black community and just minimizing any concerns for our safety were played out in this town hall meeting. The subjects brought up were the fact that most Black children come from dysfunctional, broken homes. It was even suggested that some Black parents who are living in poverty inveigle their teenagers to go out there and be breadwinners. I mean, Canada is not a third world country where kids are being sent out there to sell peanuts on the side of the road. We didn't reach that point as yet for you to say such a ludicrous thing that the parents themselves, the Black parents themselves, are sending their kids out there to be breadwinners. Are they forgetting that there is a welfare system here so parents aren't brought to those options? And also to label these Black kids as runaways. Can you tell me? I could see if it was just a certain neighborhood. The fact that these kids are missing from different boroughs of this province shows you that these are isolated incidents, but we should be concerned because there is a pattern. Most of the missing teens are Black males between the ages of 14, 14 and 17. So clearly there is a pattern and something is going on. And the fact that all these officials came together tonight, that meeting wasn't to assist our community and ensure the safety of our Black children here in Canada. That meeting was to calm down the angry Black community, the community that has now come to the realization that the only time our young Black kids receive any public attention in terms of mainstream media is if they're wanted for such and such a crime or if they've committed such and such a crime. But anything positive that's been achieved by our young Black teens in the community is never televised. In this case, they this town hall meeting, the professionals that were present did not explain why is it that our missing Black children, why has this issue not been presented on mainstream media? And as for some of the Black professionals that attended, I don't think that they're smart enough to realize they were just used as a puppet because they figured if the BS that they tried to feed us tonight at this town hall meeting, if it doesn't fly by from the police, the mayor, and other people, then because it's coming from a Black professional, that we be like, oh, okay, I'm not worried. If anybody here is tuned into my live right now, you need to continue to be concerned. As far as I am concerned, the officials are putting the blame of these missing kids back on to Black families. How can you tell me what is the dysfunctionality or what have you of a family have to do with missing teens that disappeared within the same time frame? They are within the same age group. Something is going on, but because it's the Black community, the officials here in Canada deem that because they're Black kids, well, they've run away or they joined a gang or anything to validate their disappearance. Now, this is what you call racism at its finest. And you know what I'm also wary of? That when we think of racism, we always think, well, it's across the border, it's in the US. I want to tell you that racism is highly existent in Canada, even more so than the US, because I've turned on my TV and seen cases of missing Black teens, children. If you're not 18 yet, then you are deemed a child. And none of these missing cases have made it to mainstream media. I want to say, Black community in Canada, we can't continue mummifying ourselves so that we can continue to sit on certain boards and committees. You have to realize that if you are a parent of a Black teen, then your children are at risk just as much as the missing kids that are gone. I can't believe it's 2025 and this is how low, this is the lack of regard given to missing children. Not every Black teenager is slaying narcotics on the street corner. Not every Black teen is missing because they've run away or because they come from a dysfunctional family. And it's I shouldn't be surprised, but I am surprised that those are some of the criteria raised by the mayor, the police officials that were present at that town hall meeting today. We, as a Black community in Canada, we have to continue to work together, seeing that it's very clear that the mainstream media does not feel that it is important to alert the public that our Black kids are going missing, our Black teens are going missing, both male and females, then we have to create our own media. We have to stand up and really start fighting. And I don't mean fighting by looting and shooting and rioting. That doesn't work. We have to stand up and demand that they reverse the perpetuation of discrimination, the biasness, the inequality, and the lack of fairness when they're treating members of the Black community. This has to stop. And we can't just sit down and say, yes, master, okay, master, yes, master. Those days are done. You know what you need to think about before you say, oh, well, it's not my kid. It ain't one of my family members missing. You have to remember this cliche. Today might be for me, but tomorrow can be for you. And I can't tell you how many cases of injustices that our Black people, Black mothers have gone through, and you look behind them at those courthouses and there's nobody standing behind them. Nobody supporting initiatives created to address these racist officials. It's sad when you're standing there alone. Can you imagine if we all stood together? It's not about popularity or getting views or likes or, yeah, that person is so intelligent. It isn't about that. It's about the missing Black teens. It's about the continuation of the abuse and the atrocities that we have had to face as a Black community in North America on a whole. And if we do not stand up and demand justice, we ain't asking no more. We're not begging anymore. The same way that society continues to highlight our mistakes and our shortcomings, is the same way these missing Black teens need to be highlighted and given severe media coverage so that the public can be aware that Black teens are going missing in Canada. And you know, I'm happy that you've all joined my live to listen to what I have to say, but it's time our communities start working together. Today's the second year of 2025. I'm hoping that we don't continue to just sit back and keep quiet as we watch racism, discrimination, and inequality unfold every single day, even from people who are designated to keep the community safe. On the side of every police car, it says their motto, their commitment is to serve and protect. There is nothing in parentheses or brackets saying, well, except for the Black community. We are working, we work, we pay taxes, and it is the money that they gouge out of our paychecks every 2 weeks that funds the police that are failing to do their job and find these kids and put them on the news as missing children. They're not just Black, they are children. They are human beings. And their only flaw, their only mistake was being born Black in the eyes of the law. And this town meeting was a waste of time. However, it opened our eyes to see that these people have no intention of changing the flow of things in this country. It will continue on and on and on as long as we allow it to continue. There is a petition on change.org. It is called Stop the Injustice Against Our Black Community. If you go over to my page and you look at my stories, I do have a photo where you could scan the QR and sign the petition. We only need 500 signatures. If we can get 500 Black citizens in Canada to sign the petition, That will be enough to get their attention and say, we're not taking your feeble excuses anymore. We want justice. We want equality. We want to be treated the way we deserve to be treated, in the same way other ethnic groups are treated. Anyone out there who's a mother or a father, just remember it could be your child next that's just gone missing, with very little effort made by the police to locate these kids and notify the public that there is something going on where all these Black teens are going missing. And not every Black family is dysfunctional. Not every Black teen is a gangbanger. Not every Black youth is out there on the street corners hustling. And definitely, I know things are hard in Canada, but we haven't reached the point where Black mothers and fathers are sending their kids out there to be breadwinners. We still have Ontario Works. There's still Ontario Disability Support. And do not forget that the child tax benefit still exists in this country. So all of those reasons and the generalization and reasons and stereotypical beliefs and mythical beliefs that have been applied to these missing kids, it doesn't jive, and they should never bring up those criteria ever. That's all I had to say. If you're tuned in from Canada, please sign the petition. Please do not think that you're going to ever see change coming from the officials that want it to remain this way. If you want things to change, you have to join hands with your Black brothers and sisters and work together, since they don't feel that their mainstream, predominantly white media should broadcast missing Black children because they feel they've just run away or they're just little gang bangers. Then let's rely on our own media. Black History is coming up in February. Let's not just think about the conventional Black heroes. Think about heroes like Fred Hampton. Think about heroes like the Black Panthers. Think about Marcus Garvey, who promoted living independently. We cannot rely on white mainstream media. Then let's rely on our own and be independent and continue to share and use your voice and speak out against what's been happening in Canada since Harriet Tubman brought those slaves over north, thinking that coming to Canada, that it would be different. There is no difference. The only difference is how cold the weather is and how cold the hearts of these officials are. And do not forget, in days of slavery, it wasn't actually the actual plantation owners wielding those cat o' nine whips. It was who? Some of the loyal Negroes that were doing the job. So any Black person that would be in alignment with the messages conveyed in that town hall meeting today, I hope you realize one day that you are just being used. And when push does come to shove, just know what side you'll be standing on. Because no matter how much you identify, no matter how much you comply, you will never be one of them. You will never, ever be one of them. And that's just a reality that you just have to face. And I do appreciate you joining my live. Please continue to support each other. I do agree. It does take a village to raise children, but it takes talking, highlighting social wrongs and injustices for change to come about. change will never come with the continuation of compliancy from our Black community. Hello, Yvette. Good evening to you. I'm about to end this live. I just wanted to thank you for joining. Bless up yourselves. You done know.
This is really heartbreaking to watch. I've watched several videos of young people going missing, not only in Canada, even in America, the UK, some of the African countries, specifically my country, Kenya. A majority of youths are going missing, and in Kenya, they are being abducted. The president is saying nothing. When he talks, he says that these people are criminals. And mark you, there is no single crime these people have committed. They are just being abducted anyhow. I wish I could upload for you those videos of people being abducted in my own country, Kenya. And the good thing, people are coming out now to defend them. If you've seen a police in civilian coming to abduct someone, even if you don't know that person, they will actually defend that person and chase the police away. This is so serious. And now, for instance, this case in Canada, you've seen that age group, I mean, of the youths who are going missing, the teens. And for instance, this man from Jamaica just went to Canada to play. The mom was waiting for him to return back home because he promised his mom that he'll be back home on a certain date. He's nowhere to be seen in Jamaica. He's nowhere to be seen in Canada now. What do you think this mom is feeling right now? As a parent, you know the feeling of your kid. And what are they doing to these people? Because from the list, there is also someone from Kenya, Kimani. Kimani, this is a name from Kenya. And you know, majority of these people have African descent. They are going missing. The mainstream media is not covering this. Why is it that if they are black people, there is no concern, like the mainstream media is taking no action, is not covering all this? If it was that these people who are going missing are white people, it would have been a lot of concern, chaos everywhere, that these people are being wanted, they are being wanted back to their homes. But now, being that they are black people, there is no action that is being taken. If you are someone who is looking like me, you know that right now, you just need to take care of yourself. You need to take care of your family, regardless of the country you are coming from. I've seen people in Canada joining hands together so that they can form a movement for their voices to be heard, because they want these people back. You know that feeling when you've seen someone who is looking like you going missing for no reason? Or are there scientists who are doing some of the research that we don't know? Because I'm not getting it. This is so serious, by the way. It's just heartbreaking. I think people in Toronto, Ontario, like, you just need to come up. Black people just need to wake up and for your voices to be heard, because this is so sad. If the mainstream media cannot cover this, what do you think these people, where do you think these people are? What are they doing to these people now that the schools are opening? They need to resume back to school, but they are nowhere to be found. They are very young. Teens are still very young. And even those people between 20 to 25 years, they are in their prime age that they can have families, but now they are going missing. No. So guys, if you're in Canada, please do something. Even those in the UK, the US, I've seen majority of people going missing. Just take care of your brother. Be your brother's keeper. So if you find this video helpful, please help me share it out so that it can reach a majority of audience, because this is a serious issue. And also don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you are coming across this channel for the very first time. I'll really appreciate it. My name is Judy. I'm a Kenyan. So until next time, guys, it's just a goodbye for now.